Medieval castles hold a special place in our imagination. They conjure up images of valiant knights, fair maidens, and dramatic sieges. But beyond the romanticized image, there are many surprising and fascinating facts about these architectural wonders. Here are 12 weird facts about medieval castles that will make you see them in a surprising new light. And now before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and now let's get started. While many castles were indeed built by royalty and aristocracy, a surprising number were constructed by lesser nobility, knights, and even wealthy merchants. These smaller castles, often referred to as castlets or manor houses, served a variety of purposes. Some guarded important trade routes, while others provided a fortified residence for a local lord or knight. They could also serve administrative functions, acting as a local seat of power for a particular region. Stone is often the defining image of a medieval castle, but in reality, many early castles were built entirely or primarily from wood. Wood was a readily available and relatively cheap material, and with proper construction techniques, it could be surprisingly effective as a defensive material. Timber castles were often surrounded by earthworks and ditches, and some even had wooden towers for added protection. These wooden fortifications could be surprisingly resilient, and some even withstood sieges for extended periods. Castles were often bustling hubs of economic activity. They housed markets, workshops, and mills that produced a variety of goods. The lord of the castle would often collect taxes and tolls from the surrounding area, and these funds would be used to support the castle's garrison and maintain its infrastructure. In some cases, castles even minted their own coins, further solidifying their economic importance. Far from being simply big, hulking walls, medieval castles were intricate complexes with a variety of specialized rooms and features. These rooms served a multitude of purposes and catered to the needs of everyone living within the castle walls. A typical castle might include a grand hall for hosting feasts and ceremonies, private chambers for the lord and his family, kitchens equipped with large hearths for cooking, bakeries for producing bread, breweries for making ale, and granaries for storing food supplies. Chapels were often incorporated into the castle design, providing a place of worship for the inhabitants. In addition, there would be workshops for repairing armor and weapons, blacksmiths' forges, and stables for housing horses. Despite their sophistication, medieval castles were not exactly known for their cleanliness. Waste disposal was a major challenge, and while some castles had elaborate sewer systems, these were not always effective. Chamber pots were a common feature in castle life, and their contents were often disposed of into moats or cesspits. While not ideal, some castles incorporated ingenious waste disposal methods. For example, garderobes, essentially toilets built out over the castle walls, allowed waste to fall directly into the moat below. This lack of sanitation could lead to the spread of disease, making life in a castle far from glamorous. Castles were not built for comfort. They were cold, damp, and drafty in the winter. Fireplaces and hearths provided some heat, but these were not always effective in warming the large and often poorly insulated rooms. In the summer, castles could become hot and stuffy, with little relief from the heat. Smoke from the cooking fires would fill the halls, and the lack of proper ventilation would make the air thick and unpleasant. Life in a castle was also fraught with danger. Accidents were common, with people tripping over uneven floors or falling from stairs. Fires were a constant threat, as many castles were built with wooden structures and thatched roofs. And of course, there was always the danger of attack, with the constant possibility of being caught in the middle of a siege. The design of medieval castles changed dramatically over the centuries. Early castles, built from wood and earthworks, were often simple motte and bailey structures. These consisted of a wooden tower on a raised earthwork surrounded by a ditch. As warfare evolved and military technology advanced, so too did castle design. Later castles became more elaborate and sophisticated, featuring stone walls, towers with arrow slits, and gatehouses designed to withstand attack. The development of gunpowder cannons in the late Middle Ages revolutionized warfare and led to a new generation of castles specifically designed to resist cannon fire. These castles had thicker walls, angled surfaces to deflect cannonballs, and lower profiles. Medieval castles are often depicted as having secret passages and hidden rooms, and there is some truth to this. These features were not necessarily for dramatic escapes or hiding treasure, but rather served more practical purposes. Secret passages could be used by messengers to enter or leave the castle unnoticed, or they could provide a way for the castle's inhabitants to escape in case of a siege. Hidden rooms could be used for storing valuables, or they could serve as hiding places for important people during an attack. While not every castle had secret passages or hidden rooms, they were a feature of some medieval fortifications. Castles served not only a military function, but also a symbolic one. They were a powerful visual statement of the lord's wealth, power, and authority. The size, grandeur, and location of a castle all sent a message to those who saw it. A large and imposing castle would strike fear into the hearts of enemies and inspire awe in the local populace. Castles were also important social centers, hosting feasts, tournaments, and other events that brought together the nobility of the region. The vast majority of medieval castles are now in ruins, victims of time, war, and neglect. However, a significant number of castles have survived to the present day, and some have been extensively restored. These restored castles offer a glimpse into the world of medieval life and provide a valuable resource for historians and archaeologists. Some of these castles have been converted into museums, while others have been transformed into luxury hotels or tourist attractions. Even though the Middle Ages are long gone, the influence of medieval castles can still be seen in architecture and culture today. Gothic Revival architecture, for example, drew inspiration from the design of medieval castles. Castles also continue to be a popular setting for works of fiction, from novels and movies to video games. Our fascination with these structures speaks to their enduring legacy and the sense of romance and adventure that they continue to evoke. Despite the many studies that have been conducted, there is still much that we don't know about medieval castles. New discoveries are being made all the time. As archaeologists continue to excavate castle sites and historians delve deeper into the historical record. As we learn more about these fascinating structures, we gain a better understanding of the lives of the people who built, lived in, and defended them. The exploration of medieval castles is an ongoing journey. New discoveries continue to shed light on these enigmatic structures. Future research may delve deeper into the daily lives of castle inhabitants, providing a more comprehensive picture of medieval society. We may also gain a better understanding of the engineering feats employed in their construction. As we continue to explore these medieval marvels, we unlock the secrets of the past and appreciate the ingenuity of those who came before us. The enduring allure of medieval castles lies not just in their grandeur but in the stories they tell. These stories encompass more than warfare and conquest. They speak of human ambition, creativity, and resilience. So the next time you encounter a medieval castle, take a moment to imagine the lives that unfolded within its walls. These silent sentinels continue to spark our curiosity, inspiring us to delve deeper into the fascinating world of the Middle Ages.